Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Yeah, so you saw the thumbnail. So here's the backstory. I'm sure most of you or everybody knows Chuck Bommarito, channel Outsidescrewball. So his buddy, Flea Market Dave, who was out of town at the time, saw an ad on Marketplace for 2 free 10 double E's. In our area right here. So he got a hold of Chuck and said, "Hey, check this out. Give this guy a call. See what's going on." So Chuck calls the number, gets a hold of the son of the guy that of course passed away, and got to talking to him and figured out that, oh, wait a minute, I knew this guy. This guy's name was Scott. It was somebody he had met quite a while back through his other buddy, Carl. So, long story short, the family's cleaning out the house. You know, they're gonna sell the property, and they had already arranged for a scrap dealer to come in and just scrap out, you know, whatever was left. Yeah, so it was a race to get ahead of the scrappers. So Chuck had already gone up and picked up one of the machines. It was a parts machine. It had been sitting on a trailer, covered up, out in the weather for many years. So he got that home, and meanwhile I had been talking to him. He called me up and told me what was going on. So I said, "Hey, I'll help you get the other one." So we had to go up and get the second one, which is a project machine that somebody had started. This guy's estate, Scott, he had picked it up. It was already a project machine when he got it. It was essentially in boxes, and the bed and the main body was all stripped down, getting prepped for paint, and that's how he purchased it. And he brought it home, and apparently that was about 15 years ago, and he never did anything with it. It's just been sitting in his shop for all this time. So anyways, so we went up and got it, and you'll see the footage. We had to get it up off the ground and onto the trailer. That was a little bit of work, but it worked out fine. We just had to reset a few times. You know, when you're doing this kind of stuff, you've got to stop every now and then and readjust your plan, and then everything worked out good. So, anyways, the worst thing about this machine is it's missing the motor and the electronics. It does have the gearbox that goes on the motor. That is there. So we don't know what we're going to do. We brought everything over to Chuck's house. We may do a little collaboration project and try to get this thing back together. I know the 10 double E purists would say just scrap it, get rid of it. You know, it's not worth doing anything to it. Blah blah blah. But I mean, you know, for a home shop guy, a chance to get a 10 double E for free, and just put in some sweat equity to put it together, you know, it might be worthwhile. So anyways, enough babbling. Sit back and enjoy our little adventure picking this thing up. Alrighty, thanks guys. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't end up as a how not to video. But we got this 10 double E project we're resurrecting or salvaging. You guys recognize this guy right here, huh? So we've got a sled and a dolly. We're thinking that we can pull it right off of this dolly and onto this trailer. So got a little winch there. All right, well, I'm going to put you guys on the tripod, so hold on to your seats. All right, we did some engineering. More rollers ready. it digs in a little bit, and then we can put the jack back under, lift it, and move our pipe up. All right, go some more. Okay, we'll jack it up, move our pipe forward.
Actually, we could try again.
All right.
The cross rail?
Yeah, the rails look good.
No, I'm talking about the back one, the 90 degree.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah. All right, a little bit more.
Looks like we're going to go on to the other pipe.
Let me get one on the trailer side here. Oh yeah, there we go. And let me get a wedge in there. All right, hold on. Don't do anything. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of a clunk, but go for it. That wasn't bad at all. Okay, let me move this one up.
Move it all the way up front. No, all the way up front. So we can take a Barcy sledge.
Oh.
That's the number one tool in using pipe. Oh, just knock it with your, just knock it with,
There we go.
there.
This one, actually that one's going to be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. And someplace we'll go over center here.
Yeah.
That's all my pull.
Okay.
And put my fat ass up here.
Let's try two badasses.
We can actually. Put a bar behind it. Hang on. Yeah. Let's go ahead and lock the trailer first.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
So,
Here, I got the sheet.
can you bend down and grab that lever? Let's see.
I can get it, show me.
Okay. Locked?
Yeah, I need to get a little bit of tongue weight.
Yeah. We fell through the hole.
Yeah. Here, look, where's that little wedge?
We're gonna come off. That's probably good there.
Yeah, I think that's good. We got that wedge in there. Okay. Get a couple of tie down straps.
Yeah. Put the pin through on the. Yeah, my $40 winch worked.
All right. Yeah.
Well, it's safely here.
That dude is heavy. All right, so we're gonna get it tied down, and we're gonna put some wood blocks on the corners. We don't want to have it on the rollers while we're driving. Handy to have a car lift. How do you lift a 10EE? Use a car lift. We just peeled off the duct tape that was covering these ways. It was glued on there pretty good. We had to do quite a bit of scrubbing, but let's have a look. So we did hold the straight edge up, and it actually looks pretty good. I mean, we do have a little bit of wear, but man, not bad at all, really. I think the tailstock was sitting here. That's the oil grooves in the tailstock. And we do have some scratches here. But it's not terrible, that's for sure. Yeah, so he was working on this. Spent a lot of time cleaning it up, but then it sat for, we don't know how long, 15 years or so? Yeah. I mean, this tape is just rock hard. It's hard to get it off. And then you guys saw the nameplate. It's a 1955. So this one was missing the motor, the drive, and all the electronics, all missing. This one over here came out of the other parts machine, and this motor is pretty well trashed, but the housing might be usable. All right, let's go look at the parts machine. We got it on this cart, and we're gonna roll it to a secret storage spot. So this other one is the parts machine. It's actually somewhat complete. Well, maybe a little less than somewhat. It looks horrible, but most of it is just grease and dirt. And the ways on this one, surprisingly, aren't not that bad. This one's a 1953. Now what is bad is the spindle bearings. Spindle bearings are bad. But hopefully there's enough salvageable parts. Sorry about the glare there, guys. Yeah, so, I mean, it's quite a few parts on it, so. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna grease these ways. We're gonna grease everything down really good. Give it a nice WD-40 bath before we cover it up for a while. So these are all parts from the one that's been stripped down. Everything's boxed up, somewhat labeled. There's the apron. The carriage is in here, and apparently it's been reground. I think the compound's in here too somewhere.
Taper attachment.
Oh yeah, there's a taper attachment in here. underneath there.
That white thing's Chuck's.
Yeah, and then there's the tailstock is back
There's all
there.
the drive rods.
Yeah, yeah. There's all your lead screws and so forth. Yeah, so it's going to take some time to evaluate everything to see which way to go with this thing. If it's worthwhile pursuing to finish the rebuild, or if it's just a parts thing. Howie's inspecting this old motor generator. What do you think, Howie? Yeah, I think it's a goner.